In this video, we're going to start configuring our Magento store. So the first step is to go into Open Admin, and now we're at our Magento dashboard. And we need to go into the menu on the left-hand side. We're going to go to Stores, and then we're going to go into Configuration. And we're going to stay in the General tab, and we're going to work with our country options. So the first area is Default Country. And this is for the store view, and right now the default is United States. I could uncheck the system value and I could choose what was the default country, but I actually do want the default country as United States because that's where I'm from. I can also choose to allow other countries to purchase from my store. So I can choose Afghanistan, and if I wanted another one, I could hold the control button down and choose another country and another country. If I wanted to get rid of those countries from the list, I continue to hold the control button down and click them, and they'll be unmarked. I'm going to stick with just United States for now. Then it has the zip code and postal code as an option. I could choose a zip or postal code, but because I've chosen the United States, that includes all of the zip codes and postal codes for the United States. I can also choose European Union countries. Because I'm working in the United States, I won't select any of those. And then top destinations. The only destination I'll have is the United States, so I'll just scroll all the way down and make sure to choose the United States, and it's already chosen for me. And then state options, if I wanted to choose any other states, I could choose those. I don't want Australia, so I can unselect that. And I don't need any other states in this area. The only one that I'll be using is the United States. And then it says allow to choose state if it's optional for the country. I can leave that as yes. The only option they'll have is the United States because that's the only country that I'll be shipping to. And then locale options, I have the time zone, and my time zone is actually Central. So it's Central Standard Time. So I'll find that and choose that. Mine is Central Standard Time, America, Chicago. And the locale is the United States. The weight is in pounds. If I wanted to change that, I could just check here where it says use system value, and it would uncheck it, and I could change it to kilograms if I wanted to. But in the US, we usually use the pound symbol. So I'm just going to check pound, and I'll go ahead and check this to use the system value. The first day of the week shows as Sunday. That's fine with me. The weekend days show as Saturday and Sunday, which is fine with me, so I'll take the system value. And now I'm going to put in the store information. So the store information, I have to name my store. So I'm going to go ahead and put my store name in there. And I went ahead and added my store phone number. And then the hours of operation are fine. The country is fine. The region, I need to put the correct region, which is the state here in the United States. So I'm in Mississippi, so I'll go ahead and add that. And then the zip code, and then the city, and then the address. Then there's a street address line 2. I don't have a second street address, so I can leave that blank. And then I'm not working in the European countries, so I don't have a VAT number. And then it asks me if I want to leave it in single store mode. That means, do I want to make sure that it is only one single store, or do I want to leave it open so I can have more than one store? So it says enable single store mode, and I'm just going to say no. Once all of that's in, I can click Save Configuration, and now it gives me a message that everything is saved. Now I can go to the next area, which is the web. And basically inside the web section, everything is already configured for you, because Builderall has done it on the back end. So the next area we're going to go into is currency setup. Now this one's important because we have to configure the currency options. So I'm going to click on currency options, and I'm going to make sure my base currency is the US dollar. And I'm going to make sure that the default display currency is the US dollar. And then the allowed currency, I'll scroll all the way down. And I'm going to make sure that the US dollar is chosen. Now if I wanted to choose multiple currencies, I could hold the control button down and choose multiple currencies. If I wanted to delete any of them, I could keep holding the control button down and click them, and it would deselect. So that's all I'm going to do on this area of currency options, and I'm going to go ahead and save configuration. And I got my message that it's saved, so now I'm going to go to store email addresses. This is the area that contains my email addresses that I'll use throughout the rest of the setup of my e-commerce store. There's certain areas that will ask if you want to use the email for the general contact, for the sales representative, for customer support, or if you want to use a custom email number 1 or custom email number 2. So this is the area that you need to set up your general emails. So right here in the sender name, you need to decide what you want your sender name to be. So I set it up so my sender name is Diva Jewelry Customer Support, and the sender email is divajewelry@builderalldiva.com. Now I can do the same thing for all of these, or I can have a different thing sent. So I'm going to put all the sender names as the same, and I'm just going to do the first 3. And now all of my emails are set up, and I need to click Save Configuration. Now if you've got a big store and you want to have a separate email for your sales representative and a separate email for customer support, you could actually set up different emails for those individuals. So I got my Save Configuration, and the next area that I'm going to go into is Contacts. In this area, you want to make sure that if you want them to be able to contact you, you enable Contact Us. If you don't want it enabled, you just uncheck the system value and choose No, or you can use the default system value and it will keep it a yes. And then you need to set up your email options. You need to decide when they contact you, where you want to send the emails to, and who's the email sender. Do you want that to be the general contact, the sales representative, or customer support? I'll call it customer support. Once you've got that configured, just click Save Configuration. And the next area we'll go into is Reports. And in this area, we've got the dashboard and we've got general options. And what we've got set up here is the year-to-date starts. And this year-to-date starts December the 1st. If you don't want your year-to-date report starting at that date, you just uncheck the system value and then you choose what month and what day your new year starts for your reports. And then the current month starts at, and select the day of the month, and it's set to the first day of the month, which is the system value. And then all of the general options for reports can be left the default, and just click Save Configuration. And then the next area is Content Management, so we'll click there. And in this area we have a WYSIWYG editor, and it's enabled by default, so we won't change that. And then the area that says Use Static URLs, we'll just leave that the default, so we don't need to change anything there. Then I'm not going to go into New Relic reporting or advanced reporting because that uses third-party tools to be able to do New Relic and advanced reporting. So that's everything in the general category of configuration. In the next video, we'll talk about going into the catalog and setting that up. So I'll see you in the next video.